Welcome back, Toka Team, to the next upload of Ginga Man. I almost called it Mega Ranger because I just finished doing the Zordon era Power Rangers tier list. So I'm thinking of several other seasons right now, but that was a lot of fun. I've never done a tier list before. That was a ton of fun. Anywho's, yeah, we left off with, your just standard character focus episodes of the week because you gotta have a batch of those every time you have a big shakeup. And of course, now that we have Hyuga back, we have to give him some screen time so that we can get to know him a little bit more than we did in the first episode of the show, before he died. Um and I think, again, going by episode titles, I think we're about to see, maybe, possibly, the additional Galactabeasts that we see in Lost Galaxy coming in. Or at the very least, maybe the guy with the, I remember him having a frilled collar, who is controlling them. Regardless of that, really, my rambling point is that we're just going into most likely just a batch of one-off episodes. Whether they're focused on members of the Sentai team characters or whether they're focused on some of the villain characters is up in the air. But it's going to be, the par for the course formula for a little bit until it's time for the next big change of the season. So with that in mind, let's go. Hey, sir, wait your turn. It is not your turn yet. She has at least another 6 to 10 monsters to get killed. Yes! Now, to be fair, I expected him to be a minion of that bitch. Oh my god, it's a Slinky. They got slunk. Get tased. Ironic, because you are a taser. This isn't even the first time this season he's fought someone who can absorb electricity. You'd think he would have learned. So I guess they won't be doing blue and green fighting like in Lost Galaxy. They're using this instead. Or more accurately, since Lost Galaxy didn't have civilian superpowers, they came up with a different excuse instead of having a character with lightning-based powers. So you're just walking through the city. You're just taking the Starbeasts for a walk through the city. At least he's not stepping on anything. He can fly. If Hyuga dies, will Bull Black come back to replace him? I mean, you could have zapped him. Would have been a great moment for him to get tased like a bitch. Okay. That's one way to send up a signal flare. Get tased, bitch! Finally! I really like that they brought this guy in now as his own dude and not as a minion of one of the other generals. That's really nice. I wasn't expecting that. I honestly thought he was going to be one of their minions. Oh fuck, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of mechs. Are those actually separate Starbeasts, or are those are those completely different? I mean, the naming convention, I'm pretty sure those are just the Starbeasts, but under evil control. Yeah, I'm really glad that they brought in that guy as his own character. It reminds me of when they brought in Rich Hiker in Car Ranger. They bring him in and he can do his own thing on top of whatever the bad guys in general are doing. I'm curious too how this is going to affect the plan, the formula that they established, where each of the, I can't remember the bad guy's name, the pirate crew. Each of the generals throws their minions in one at a time until they run out of minions and then die. How is that going to affect things for Ilias, that bitch? Um, and a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger to start the upload. Was not expecting a cliffhanger. You don't have to deal with the cliffhanger because you're just rolling right into the next episode, as am I. Okay, let's finish off. Let's finish off this to be continued. I honestly don't remember from Lost Galaxy what the end result of the the new Starbeasts is, the new Galactic Beasts. I know they're going to break them free of the enemy control. I just don't remember what happens after that, if the team ends up using them or not. Um, I doubt they're going to break them free this quickly. That feels a little rushed, but I've been wrong before. I'd like to say that I'm never wrong, but I've been wrong before. So how did he break the Star Beast into multiple pieces, or were they already multiple pieces? I'm confused. That is fucking dark. Like, this is some body horror level shit. Oh, he's starting blasting! And boomeranging. I think that's a giant... Yep, it's a boomerang, of course it is. So anyways, I started boomeranging. That's actually a really good point. He's in this for the business of it. He's not going to finish the team off if he's not getting paid. Pirate Mom's hand in marriage! Pirate Mom's hand in marriage! Pirate Mom's hand in marriage! Live my dreams, sir! Alright, I will admit this. Her monsters know how to make an entrance. What are you? You look like a sand slash that took steroids and ate too many avocado. Of course they're angry. They saw two of their friends, family, whatever, fucking Frankenstein. They have every right to be angry. Also, you know what? Let's be real. We need more time with them in their organic forms. Like, you went through the trouble to make suits for actors to wear. Like, we gotta show off the work that you put into this shit. What was the point of running all the way up the building if you're just gonna knock this guy right off the building? Also, how did none of you go splat? I know you're durable, but how did none of you go splat? Get tased, bitches! Yeah, this is what I talk about. Like, getting to see them fight in their organic Starbeast form is way cooler, and we need to see more. We need to see more of it. Is this a mech-akin standoff? Get it? Mech-akin standoff? That one probably works better as text than it does verbal. I stand by it, though. Jesus, how long you been fighting them? It went from daytime to sunset to dark out. I like their like, armor, medieval knight design. Well, now you just look like Optimus. Now you really look like Optimus. Nice, nice. Throw hands. You got some big goddamn hands. Hey, to be fair, he sold you functional equipment. You fucked it up. It is really disturbing that they're stuck in their robot forms now, because they got Frankenstein. Like, that's some body horror shit right there, right? Okay, yeah, they fucking saved them from the mind control in the very next episode. Again, I've been wrong before. I like to say that I'm always right, but I have been wrong on multiple occasions. Man, isn't that a little dark, though, that they're stuck in their robot forms for the rest of, presumably, existence? It hasn't been made clear, but while the Starbeasts can be killed, it hasn't been made clear if they can ever die other than being directly killed. So they are presumably stuck like that for the rest of eternity. So that's some subtext right there. I'm gonna take a quick dinner break. You're gonna take a quick intermission break, and we'll be right back for the rest of this upload. I know I keep saying it, but the everyone from the Rangers to the villains to the supporting cast are all so fun and so memorable this season. Even one-off side characters like some that you'll see at the end of this upload are just a ton of fun. And then you get ones like whatever his name was, who are just absolutely iconic from the jump. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Please let me know what you think of this upload, these reactions, along with all my reactions. Basically, I'm asking you to leave a comment. Please leave a comment. Help me farm the algorithm. I am begging you. Also begging you, humbly requesting that if you're interested, please come check out the Patreon, where for starting at $1 a month, you get all videos a month early. You get access to the Discord. You get exclusives such as the Sentai crossovers at the end of each season of Sentai, and the benefits go up from there with watch parties and behind the scenes access at the higher tiers. If you are interested and able to come check it out, we would love to have you there and be part and join the community over there. I'm gonna let you get back to it now. This is the weird part about editing several weeks after I watch the episode and not recording these intermissions until I'm doing the editing. It jumbles my brain a little bit. Back from our dinner break, we're going to finish off this disc and this upload. It's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. Not looking forward to figuring out how to run a warm computer in a room that I can't run the AC in without making too much noise for the microphone. We'll figure it out. We figured it out last summer. We'll figure it out this summer. I am very surprised that Mr. Business got recruited the way he did. It was interesting they brought him in as his own character, independent of already being part of the pirate crew, whose official name I can't pronounce. This is why I nickname people. But yeah, it's interesting. And having him be recruited by the last remaining field commander definitely implies that he's going to be sidelined for a bit, but then come back later on towards the end of the season when that last field commander, the spiky guy with the bullhorns, is the primary one sending minions after the Rangers. I'm hoping and excited to see the new Starbeasts have some effect on the existing Megazord. Maybe like because they're 5 individual pieces when they come out of the whale, maybe they can be like multiple pieces of equipment. That'd be cool. I don't remember what happens in Lost Galaxy with them. I don't remember if we ever even see them again in Lost Galaxy. I have no idea. Where you just found a fucking waterfall to hide them behind. That is actually legitimately her fault. Get you to stay focused on the task is what he can do. Oh, if it's a Green Ranger focused episode, I hope that means that he gets to fight Pirate Mom again. Trap, obvious trap. The specific number of people is a trap. Very flamboyant trap. I get what they're going for here, but I have a lot of concerns about this design. Yeah, I don't think they're adapting this guy into Lost Galaxy for, a lot of reasons. Hang on, let's count on his hands how many reasons they have to not adapt him. If their whole body turns to stone, their lives will be dead. How do you're... Oh, could this be from earlier? Gee, I fucking wonder, idiot. Of course it's a goddamn quarry. Of course it's a quarry. It's always a goddamn quarry. Well, that's just unnecessary. Oh, but it's right, the rivalry! Oh! First of all, love the heels. First of all, love the outfit. No, but this isn't even... God, the fucking glare. This isn't even the first time that one member of the pirate crew has fucked with another member's schemes because they're all backstabbing each other. But this is perfect. This is so in character for her to be so focused on the rivalry that she fucks up the current plan because otherwise she would lose. It's good writing. It's good writing. It's consistent writing specifically. I mean, honestly, all you really gotta do is disrupt the spell. You don't know. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. You have too many hands, sir, and the hands you have are too stretchy. There is no goddamn way this guy's being included in Lost Galaxy. I will eat my cat if I'm wrong. So I think these guys are just going to be coming in as additional Megazords to be on the battlefield in a support capacity. Those birds are going to get eaten. I mean, Carrier Zords are going to be Carrier Zords, you know? So all the individual pieces of the Rhino and Phoenix are alive? That's so weird. Like, look at this. They're all clearly, like, acting independently. That's so fucking weird. So, strictly speaking, we have 5 deployable units onto the battlefield. Gingayo, Bull Taurus, and the 3 Steel Starbeasts. Because even though Gigabytus is a Carrier Zord, it's still a Zord. It can still be on the battlefield. It's got gun hands. Team Mom. Goki is Team Mom. Hayate is Team Dad. See? He just scolded them. And he was right to do so. I think the most interesting thing about watching Lost Galaxy is going to be not just how they utilize some of the more prominent characters, you know, like the business guy who we just met. You know, he had a notable role in Lost Galaxy. I'm pretty sure Sambash is completely reclassified as a lone operator, and he's the one who trains Trakina. I very distinctly remember that. I'm 90% sure that that's the case. And I don't want to look it up. I want to like be surprised if I remember correctly or if I'm wrong. But what I mean specifically is the monsters of the week, because you know, watching most other seasons of Power Rangers, even if they're not necessarily going in episode order, it's usually just a one-for-one. Monster of the Week here, in episode 6 of the Sentai, Monster of the Week in episode 6, or maybe that one doesn't make it until episode 16 of the corresponding season of Power Rangers. But it got interesting in specific cases like season 3 of Mighty Morphin plus Alien Rangers, where they had to completely flip the order of you know, the front and back half of the Cocker Ranger monster appearances, because they started season 3 of Mighty Morphin with 6 Zords, so they needed monsters who fought 6 Zords and had Ninjor in the footage. But then they lost their powers, lost Ninjor, lost the Falcon Zord. They brought in the Alien Rangers, the pilot, the Shoguns from the first half of Cocker Ranger. So it was really interesting how that played out. And with this, I mentioned that because with this season of Sentai, with Gingaman having the 4 field commanders, having 4 very distinct styles of monster, it's going to make it really easy to spot which ones don't make it in. I am very confident that this Blue Buddha guy is not going to make it into Lost Galaxy. But it's going to be really easy to spot when certain monsters make it in, and which of these 4 factions they belong to, because each of these factions has such a distinct design language to their Monster of the Week minions. Anyway, that's enough of that ramble. I probably could have waited till the end of the upload. Let's get to the last episode. Okie dokie, last episode for this upload, last episode for this disc. I will have only 3 of the 8 discs left after this one. I love doing the physical copies because it makes it really easy to track my progress. When I have to watch from online and the episodes are just all, like when I did Kuga, it was a lot easier to get lost in the sauce, as it were. Kuga also had very strange pacing issues compared to what I'm used to from Sentai. Not relevant. I don't actually have anything more specific to say. I'm just rambling, so let's cut the ramble here and get to the episode. How did you manage that? How did you manage to throw yourself that far? You threw yourself off a bridge. You know what? I respect this guy. I respect this guy. This guy's got moxie. I love, first of all, how could you not tell that he's the Ginga Man? Look at his outfit. As much as I love A Secret Identity and all the shenanigans that my idiot car children in Car Ranger got up to because of their secret identities. Or, similarly, the Mega Children in Mega Ranger got up to because of their secret identities and the fact that Kenta apparently doesn't know what a fucking photo booth looks like. Not relevant. Not relevant. As much as I love secret identity shenanigans, I also really enjoy when the public just knows who the fuck they are. Especially in a case like this, because the O-Rangers and the Jetmans? What's the plural of Jetman? Those two seasons, they were part of, like, official military government-esque agencies. So they were running around in fucking uniforms. Not these kids. Not these idiots. Not the Zhu Rangers. Again, this season is just Zhu Ranger with a different font. My point is, I like the shenanigans they can get up to with the public knowing who they are. We're gonna get an upgrade! We're gonna get an upgrade. They're getting motorcycles. Get a helmet. You have one available on demand. Up to 33? That doesn't make sense. That's a typo! That's a typo! That says chapter 33. This should only be chapter 32. It says it right there. The lighting's not going to cooperate, is it? But it says it right there. That's chapter 32. I wonder if the next one, when I watch it tomorrow, is going to have it the other way around. Alright, now is draining fear like draining souls? Oh, I love the hair. I hate the snake. So are they dead now that their fear is drained? Or does draining their fear just, make them walk around like impetuous daredevils? Oh, yep, so they're dead. They're dead. You're just killing people. Or, trapping them in gemstones. Potato tomato. I like this guy. I like this guy. They're coming in a little late in the season, but I hope that these two stick around as supporting cast members. No, but the Ginga Man can. Racing staff. As opposed to office staff. I mean, so far their track record has them batting 1,000. So, I get your concern, my guy. But also chill, my guy. Oh god, what if he's a Kamen Rider in disguise? That'd be amazing. And it would completely hijack the season, but it'd be worth it. Yeah, I said it as soon as he first walked in. I like this guy's moxie. It ain't getting him anywhere, but I like it. Oh, he is not fucking around. He went right for the throat. The other thing I'm pretty sure about this season is that we're not going to get a Battleizer for Ginga Red. I know we get one in Lost Galaxy, but I think this was the point when Battleizers are still Ranger exclusive items. It's not for quite a while before they start adding them to Sentai, which I think is nice. I like that Rangers has something unique to it, although I know that one of the Deck Ranger crossover movies, they bring in the SPD Battleizer. I think it must be the Mystic Force crossover. Or the Magi Ranger crossover, rather. Oh, of course she has a motorcycle. Why the fuck doesn't she? I think that right there is proof of why Kamen Rider would always be a Sentai team. Wait, are we getting a Battleizer? Am I about to be proven immediately wrong again? Fucking sick as hell. Fucking sick as hell. I love how goofy the face on the front looks. completely unnecessary. Introduced a character who operates a motorcycle shop specifically to give Red Ranger a motorcycle. I could not be happier about this occurrence. This is absolutely flawless storytelling. And that, children, is why you wear safety equipment. He's got fucking laser eyes, sister. You are literally about to be cooked. Because he's got fire powers. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. How is she still in one piece after that? I really like how all of Elias's minions are magicians, illusionists, crafty fighters. She doesn't have a lot of direct head-to-head fighters, which fits her vibe. They do a great job having these monsters match the vibe of their field commander. And that'll do it for this upload. Already talked about the monsters, already talked about expectations for Lost Galaxy. I hope these two stick around. Now, we only have 18 episodes left, so we're probably only going to get one more batch of... Once we finish up this batch of character focus episodes, we're going to get another plot shakeup, then we're probably only going to get one more batch of character focus episodes after that. So if they're going to show up again, they don't have much time to do so. But I do really enjoy how every episode for Ginga Blue has featured the teacher that he's crushing on. Every episode for Ginga Green has featured the growing rivalry between him and Shalinda. So they have some very fun, very consistent character choices being made. And then the general character-focused one-off shenanigans stories are being left to Yellow and Pink, which is fun because now we get to basically have our Sentai cake and eat it too. But we'll wrap it up there. Yeah, with only 18 episodes left, there's only a handful more uploads coming. But we'll see you in a couple of days for the next one. As stated in the intermission, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, and you want to see things a month earlier, get access to the Discord, get access to exclusives like the Sentai crossover at the end of this season. You can do so on the Patreon for as low as $1 a month. And if you are sticking around on YouTube because you're either, you're not interested or you're not able to do the Patreon, I totally understand that. That's fine. Please be sure to hit all of the buttons, the likes, the subscribes, the notification bell, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, we will see you in a couple of days for the next upload.